Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School and welcome to your grade 6 English lesson. Today we were going to do a listening and speaking lesson, but we are doing a reading lesson instead. And we'll do the listening and speaking lesson tomorrow. So it's so nice to look into the chat box and to see regular students. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Teacher Fiona and I am your grade 6 first additional language teacher. So this is what we're going to be doing in our reading lesson today. We're going to be working from term 2, week 7 and 8 of the CAPS curriculum for reading and viewing. Our topic for this week is about keeping healthy. So you're going to find out more about keeping healthy. You're going to read a chart with me. And you're going to review what is meant by information text. Today is about information text. You're going to have a quick discussion about keeping healthy, flu and viruses. You're going to read information text aloud with me. And you'll review some of the vocabulary that is used in the text. You'll also answer questions about the text, and you'll notice how each paragraph has a main idea, a topic sentence, and supporting sentences. And you'll read and analyze a book review. So there's a lot to do, and I hope that you are ready to share and put your hands up and share online at some parts of the lesson. Right, so can you remember what information text is? Would anybody like to put up their hands and answer this question? What is information text? Yay, I've got JD. JD, what is information text?
Ma'am, information text is a text that gives you information about a story or something.
Okay, and what does it look like compared to a story? Can you remember what it looks like? It's got certain structure. Can you remember what the certain structure is? What you said was perfectly correct. Okay, so I will show you, it's basically, it's got headings. It has headings and it also has charts and diagrams and so on. Well done to JD for answering. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to start with a chart because charts are part of information text. So I want you to read this chart with me. So do you know what the 5 most common children's diseases are in South Africa? Do you want to put anything in the chat box? What do you think the 5 most common children's diseases are? Or what do you think 1 or 2 of them are? Right, okay. Some people are writing their ideas there. Well, I looked it up on the internet last night, and this is what I discovered, that there's our chart, and there's the key to the chart. Conjunctivitis is very common. That's where you have pink eye. And the common cold is very common. Gastroenteritis, which is diarrhea, is very common. These would be the things that people go to the doctor about or the clinic about the most. And chickenpox is also very common. And I didn't know about this one, hand, foot, and mouth disease. So that's what I found out on the internet last night. And there's our chart, which is part of information text. So Let's go on and talk about information text. JD gave a very good description. It's a piece of, it gives us information, a piece of nonfiction writing that gives us information about a particular topic. Now you can always pick out information text because it uses headings and subheadings. You probably read it every day when you're at school because most of your subjects are information subjects, history, geography, science, they're all information text. Information text is sometimes called non-chronological report because it gives information about something without mentioning the order in which it happened. When something's in chronological order, it's in steps. One thing follows the next. And information text usually uses pictures or diagrams or captions or maps or graphs, etc. It has some kind of visual stuff that goes with it. Okay, so that's information text. Now, I thought we'd do this a little bit differently today. We're going to have a quick discussion about keeping healthy. And I wondered if there would be somebody who'd like to answer all the questions. So would you like to raise your hands, and then as I go through the question, you give your answer. Who'd like to be brave enough to do that? Any brave people? Molly, okay. Let's try Molly. I saw her hand first. Hello, Molly. Is that Molly? Okay, I don't hear Molly. So, Katie, can you choose someone else that would like to answer these questions?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, who's that?
Molly.
Oh, Molly. Okay. Thank you, Molly. Okay. Molly, I'm going to ask you some questions, and there's no right or wrong answer. You don't have to feel worried about not. These are just to find out what you think. What do you think is meant by the words keeping healthy?
By eating healthy food, by eating
Eating-
vegetables, fruits, and drinking lots of water.
That's a very good answer. That's a good way to keep healthy. Thank you. Number 2, what are the best ways for you to keep yourself healthy? Well, you've just mentioned them, right? You've just mentioned. Yeah.
By bathing, brushing your
Yes.
teeth, getting enough sleep.
Very good, Molly. Very good. Number 3, with winter approaching, how do you avoid getting flu or colds?
By eating fruits that have a lot of vitamin C.
Oh, that's a good answer. Yes, yes. Very good. And somebody wrote in the drop bar, in the chat box, have a vaccine. Some adults have vaccines for flu. Number 4, what is the biggest health problem affecting the whole world at the moment? Molly?
COVID-19.
COVID-19, you're quite right. COVID-19 is the biggest health problem. What do you know about this topic, Molly?
About COVID-19. I know that COVID-19 is the dangerous flu in the world, and
yes.
if you don't want to get COVID-19, you must wash your hands frequently.
Yes.
You must drink enough warm water after being in a place that many people are.
Okay. Okay.
And then you must, if you are at the mall, you must maybe have a hand sanitizer that is alcohol and rub your hands with before touching certain places.
Very good, Molly. Very good. Well done. Thank you very much. And somebody wrote mask. Have a mask. Okay, good. And the last one for you, Molly. But you've just told me the answer. That's very good. How can you keep yourself safe when there's a disease going around? You've answered that beautifully. Just do all the things you're supposed to do, like you said.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to add anything else?
If you feel unwell, you must stay in home, and then your temperature will go lower and lower, and then you will become active as you were before.
Very good. Thank you for those fantastic answers, Molly. Well done. Well done. That was great. And social distance, somebody wrote social distance there. Good. So well done. So now we're going to practice our reading. And in this stage of the lesson, I want you to read aloud with me using appropriate pronunciation, fluency, and expression. Okay. So what is our information text about? I want you to think of a prediction, and I'm going to ask somebody to put up their hands. I've put there the heading, 2020 brings with it a mystery virus. And then I've got a picture. Look at these three pictures. So the first picture you've probably seen this type of picture so often. Shows what that tiny little virus looks like. It's got these, it looks like that. And then there's a map. What does the map mean, do you think? And then there's a mosque. So I am going to give you a minute of thinking, and then I want you to just tell me what you think the information text is going to be about. Okay, so Heidi, can you choose somebody to maybe give their prediction about what the information text is about?
Treasure, ma'am, is up.
Treasure? Hello, Treasure.
Ma'am, what
Hello.
the information is about coronavirus, and that it shows symptoms, and that you must do social distancing, wear mask, wash your hands thoroughly.
Okay, very good. That's a very good prediction. Thank you. So now we're going to see if you are correct. Okay, so I want you to read this aloud with me so that you can practice your reading, okay? So what is a coronavirus? Coronaviruses are a family of viruses that affect animals. Sometimes these coronaviruses have been known to move from animals to humans. The coronavirus we're talking about today is a new virus which causes an illness called COVID-19. Right, all read that with me? Great. Let's go on with our information text. How did the outbreak start? So you can see I'm using headings and I'm using some diagrams. In December last year, it was reported that a coronavirus that doctors and scientists had never seen before in humans had begun to spread amongst the population of Wuhan, a large city in China. It is thought to have begun at a local meat market that sold wild animal meat. We're not sure which animal started it, but it is thought to be bats that then infected pangolins. Bats were not sold at the market, but scientists think they came into contact with pangolins. The virus then jumped from an animal to a human. Now there's the map of China, and there's Hubei province, where the city of Wuhan is. So I got all this information from a website called National Geographic Kids. They've got a nice section there on the coronavirus. Let's go on. How is coronavirus spread? Since then, it has affected nearly every country in the world. Because this is a new virus, scientists are still working hard to discover exactly how it spreads. It is similar to a flu virus. Flu viruses are spread through water droplets in the air when ill people cough or sneeze. These droplets live on surfaces and are spread when someone touches them with their hands. If the person then touches their mouth, nose, or eyes, the virus spreads. Scientists think that is how this virus is spread. It is very contagious. Let's go on. Is the virus dangerous? For most people, including children, the virus isn't dangerous. That's what they say. They will feel out of sorts for a while as though they have flu, and then they recover. For elderly people and people with other health problems, the virus can be very dangerous. That is why countries have gone into lockdown to keep the virus under control while a vaccine is being developed. What are the known symptoms? A fever, a dry cough, tiredness, feeling achy, and breathless. Sounds a lot like flu, doesn't it? What can we do to keep safe? And Molly gave us all these tips. Wash your hands more regularly for at least 20 seconds. That's about as long as it takes to sing happy birthday twice. Dry them with a paper towel and then chuck it in the bin. If you can't wash your hands with soap and water, then use hand sanitizer. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. And these are all good things to do even to avoid flu. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Throw the tissue away and wash your hands afterwards. Stay at home. And let's go on. What else can we do to keep safe? Keep a safe distance from other people. Try to avoid hand-to-hand contact with others outside your immediate family. Avoid contact with people who feel unwell. If you don't feel well, let an adult know. Wear a mask in public. So, that was our, I'll just go back to that. That was our information text. Does anybody want to add anything to that before we go on? Does anybody want to say anything or? Okay, I'm going to go on then. Okay, so let's look at some words and their meanings. So just try and guess, what does the word virus mean? What do you think it means? A virus is a tiny microscopic parasite that can't be seen with the human eye. Infect. What does infect mean? To invade somebody's body. Affect. What does affect mean? The whole world is affected. It has an effect on or makes a difference. What does contagious mean? Spreads easily from one person to the other. A vaccine, what's a vaccine? A vaccine is a treatment, an injection, which makes the body stronger against an infection. and a sanitizer, a substance or preparation for killing germs and other microorganisms. And as Molly mentioned, they've got alcohol in them. Now, I thought I would show you this. I don't know if you can see it because the chat box is in front, but in America, sanitizer is spelled with a Z. And in Britain, and we follow British English spelling here in South Africa, it's got an S instead of a Z. Did you notice that? Okay, so there are our definitions. Now, we had some sentences there. And so I would like us to now look at this important topic of main idea and topic sentence. Okay, so I've got a paragraph here, and I'm going to ask if anybody would like to be brave enough to read that paragraph. And then afterwards, I'm going to ask them, well, what is the main idea? And I'll give you a clue. The main idea usually shows in the heading. And then I'm going to ask you, which is the most important sentence in this paragraph? Because that's the topic sentence. Okay, would somebody like to answer? Who will we choose? Heidi?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, who's that?
JD.
JD. Hi, JD. Thank you. So would you like to read it for us first?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
How is a coronavirus spread? It is similar to a flu virus. Flu viruses are spread through water droplets in the air when ill people cough or sneeze. These droplets live on surfaces and are spread when some people touch them with their hands. If the person then touches their mouth, nose, or eyes, the virus is spread. Scientists think that that is how this virus is spread. It is very contagious.
Excellent reading. I'm clapping my hands. Excellent reading, JD. Well done. Excellent. Now tell me, what is the main idea of that paragraph? JD? What would you say is the main idea? So the main idea is how it's spread, how the coronavirus is spread. Is JD still there? So, Katie, will you choose somebody else to tell me what the topic sentence is? Who'd like to tell?
Ma'am? Adele, you're up.
Hello, Adele.
No, she's muted herself, ma'am.
Okay.
Let's go to DMC 123.
DMC. Okay. Who's the?
I'm not sure what the name is.
Yes. Hello.
No, ma'am, I can't unmute.
Okay.
Let's go to Molly again.
Okay, Molly.
Ma'am, the topic sentence in this paragraph is flu virus are spread through water drops in the air when ill people cough or sneeze.
Excellent. That's excellent. That is the most important sentence. And what are all the rest of the sentences called, Molly?
I'm not sure, ma'am.
They're called supporting sentences. Well done. That is excellent. Well done. Thank you, Molly.
Ma'am?
Well, yes.
Can I please add something?
Yes, sure.
When you said the scientists are, when you say scientists are finding out what caused the coronavirus, I googled and I saw that it says Chinese pangolin.
The pangolin, that was the animal that they sold in the market, and the pangolin had probably been infected by a bat, so they say.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Molly. Well done for doing your research like that. That's excellent.
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Right, so that is that paragraph. And now we're going to go on to another paragraph. And now I'm looking for another person who's going to be brave enough to read this paragraph to us. Who would that be? So would you choose someone?
Ma'am.
Okay,
Hi,
hello.
Mom.
Good morning.
How are
You're going to
you?
read. I'm fine. It's lovely to hear you.
Thank
You're
you.
going to read for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is the virus dangerous? For most people, including children, the virus isn't dangerous. They will feel out all sorts for a while, as though they have flu, and then they recover. For elderly people and people with other health problems, the virus can be very dangerous. This is why countries have gone into lockdown to keep the virus under cover while a vaccine is being developed.
Oh, that is fantastic reading. Well done. Would you like to answer some of the questions too? Like, what is the main idea? What do you think? What is the main idea? Okay, the main idea is the virus dangerous? Would anybody like to tell me what the topic sentence is? The topic sentence is,
Hi,
for most,
ma'am.
yes,
The topic sentence is for the most, including children, and the virus is dangerous. And the other one is that is why countries have gone into lockdown to put the virus under control while the vaccine is being developed.
okay, that's also an important question. Okay, good. Is that Molly?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm starting to recognize your voice, Molly. Well done, well done. And Molly, tell us what the other sentences are called again. The rest of the sentence.
Supportive
Supporting.
sentences.
Very good. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate you answering. That's excellent. Okay. Now this section here, I want you to write in the chat box, if you can, the answer to these questions. Fill in the blank spaces with your own choice of words. Number 1, the illness caused by the coronavirus is called? Who is going to put it in the chat box? Anyone? Right, someone's put it, COVID-19. Good. The illness caused by the coronavirus is called COVID-19. Number 2, the coronavirus is spread through two words in the air from ill people who cough and sneeze. Who can think of those words? Okay, I see somebody's got it there. Good. The coronavirus is spread through water droplets in the air from ill people who cough and sneeze. Good. Number 3, the coronavirus is similar to a something something. Can you think of 2 words that go there? It's similar to a, somebody put common flu, one could say that. Or you could just say flu virus, right? Good. Number 4, the virus does not seem to infect many. What word would you put in there? Somebody's put children. It's true. Does not seem to affect many children. Good. Let's go on. Now this is a hard one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words missing. The symptoms are a dry something and something body, a something, something, and feeling something. There's a hard one. A dry cough. What else? A dry cough. What else? I'm watching the chat box to see if any others come up. Any other symptoms? A temperature, yes, a temperature or a fever. Tiredness, good. Feeling tired. And I suppose a sore throat. And okay, let's go on. An achy body, no, and feeling breathless as well. So the symptoms are a dry cough, an achy body, a fever, tiredness, and feeling breathless. Right. Number 6, remember to something your hands for so many seconds. What would that be? To wash your hands for 20 seconds. Right. Number 7, excuse me, keep your something from other people. Keep your, somebody's put it, yay, keep your distance from other people. Good. Number 8, remember to wear a something in public. A mask. Good. Remember to wear a mask in public. And one last one, cover your something and something when you cough or sneeze. Cover your mouth and nose. Very good. When you cough or sneeze. And that goes also for flu. Flu, because now winter's coming and there's also flu that we'll get. Some people will get, not all of us. Right, well done, everybody. Well done. That was excellent. Now, we have just got time to do our second part of today's lesson, which is about a book review. So now, tell me, when you want to read a book, do you ever look at the back of a book to see what it says? Or do you just look at the title and think, oh, I'll read that book? Well, a book review is usually a good way to tell if a book is good, but stories can also have reviews. So let's just talk about what a book review is. A book review is a brief analysis of a book or a story that helps a would-be reader to decide whether to read the book themselves. It starts by mentioning the author and the title. It provides a brief summary of the plot without giving away the important facts. It introduces the characters, and in some cases the setting is written in the present tense. And thirdly, it often asks a few questions to get the interested reader guessing about the plot. The reviewer usually mentions what they like and what they don't like about the book, and they give it a rating. Okay, so there's our sort of information about a book review. So now we're going to read a book review, and I'm going to ask somebody if they would like to read it for us. Would anybody like to read this book review for us? Right, I see some hands. Do you want to choose someone, Candy?
Malodi,
Oh.
sorry, Malodi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Melody. Yes. Right. Okay, you're reading.
Stephen Gets Sick. Stephen Gets Sick is written by Hello English Stephen, Robert, and Ronnie. The youngest are 3 kids who live in a small brick house. When school is out, the 3 regularly play together and have fun. One day, their mother brings home a big basket of delicious-looking fruit. Not too long after that, Stephen gets sick.
Go on. Very good reading.
What is wrong? Will he go to the doctor? Do the other children also get sick? You'll need to read the story to see what happens. I enjoyed reading the story. It reminded me of my childhood. I think the artist could have made more effort to show the children's expressions.
I give the story a rating of 3 stars.
Wow, that is fantastic reading. Well done. Excellent reading. Thank you. Thank you very much. Excellent reading. So what did you think of that book, story? Do you think you'd want to read it? What do you think happened that he got sick? Okay, so you'll have to find out another time. Now we're just going to go over this to see what the different parts of the book review are. So this is the first paragraph. Stephen Gets Sick is written by Hello English. Stephen, Roberta, and Donnie, the youngest, are 3 kids who live in a small brick house. So there you can see we've mentioned the title and the author. When school is out, the 3 regularly play together and have fun. That summarizes the plot without telling you what's going to happen in the end. One day their mother brings home a big basket of delicious-looking fruit. Not too long after that, Stephen gets sick. So there they introduce the characters. What is wrong? Will he go to the doctor? Do the other children also get sick? You'll need to read the story to see what happens. And over here, you can see that you have to give a book review in the present tense. And if you ask a few questions, it gets the would-be reader thinking. I enjoyed reading this story. It reminded me of my childhood. I think the artist could have made more effort to show the children's expressions. I give the story a rating of 3 stars. So that's an opinion. When you give an opinion, you always say something you like and something you don't like. So there we have it, a book review. Okay. Now, I just heard some really nice reading today, and I'd love to hear some more. So if you do want to practice your reading into Flipgrid, I'd love to hear you. There's the code FAE 94999. So we're getting to the end of our lesson now. So let's just review what you did today. You worked from term 2, week 7 and 8 of the CAPS curriculum for reading. You found out more about keeping healthy. You read a chart with me about childhood diseases. You reviewed what's meant by information text. You had a quick discussion about keeping healthy, flu and viruses. You read information text aloud with me. You reviewed some of the vocabulary, in the text. You answered questions about the text. You noticed how each paragraph has a main idea, a topic sentence, and supporting sentences. And then you read and analyzed a book review. So well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in today. I'd like to invite you to tomorrow's lesson. Tomorrow is going to be our listening and speaking lesson tomorrow. The code is FAE with no spaces, so no spaces in these codes, 94999. Okay. So tomorrow in our listening and speaking lesson, you'll learn some interesting things about questionnaires and surveys. See there. So Molly's raised her hand. Did you want to say something, Molly?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to say something quickly.
Okay.
That since I am in this online student, you have been my favorite teacher I have ever met.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Molly. Thank you so much. That's
Yes,
very sweet. Thank you. Awesome. So, if you want to try some of these activities this week, you could practice reading, practice reading. Then the story called Stephen is ill can be found on the Story Weaver website. And today's information about the coronavirus was on the National Geographic Kids website. So if you wanted to read more about it, you could go to the National Geographic Kids website. Great. Thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.